In 2023, a Mercedes EQS 580 SUV rolled off the dealer lot. It was priced at $126,000. 3 years later, Kelley Blue Book valued it at $58,000. This was not a market mistake. It was not from an accident. The car still runs fine. The battery still works. But $68,000 vanished. This is not ordinary depreciation. This is systematic wealth destruction Mercedes dealers never admit to you. Meanwhile, truly wealthy Americans are quietly selling their luxury EVs. They are cashing out and buying back the exact thing they once gave up: a traditional V8 engine. Today I will show you exactly why that is happening. With real numbers, not feelings. Let's start with the raw data. iSeeCars.com published its 2024 Electric Vehicle Depreciation Report. Luxury EVs lose value faster than any other segment in America. The BMW iX loses 53.9% after 3 years. The Mercedes EQS sedan loses 54.1%. The Audi e-tron GT loses 58.7%. For comparison, the gas-powered Porsche 911 Carrera loses far less. It drops just 17.4% over the same period. A Land Cruiser 300 series actually went up in value. So why is the gap so large? The answer is not about build quality. It comes down to how the market prices hidden risk in premium EV tech. Buy a gas-powered 2021 BMW 7 Series, and a buyer knows exactly what they get. They know the repair history. They know the fuel economy. RepairPal shows annual maintenance running $1,200 to $1,800. But look at a 2021 EQS 580 and there are too many unknowns. How will the lithium-ion battery degrade by year 5 or 6? Full battery replacement runs $20,000 to $30,000. That estimate comes from Consumer Reports. Will the battery management software keep getting updates? Will the 2021 over-the-air system get abandoned once new software ships? The market does not hate electric vehicles. The market hates uncertainty, and luxury EVs are carrying an enormous amount of it. Here is what most EV reviewers will not tell you straight. It breaks their entire marketing narrative. Luxury EVs do not just lose value from ordinary physical depreciation. They lose value from technological obsolescence. That is a completely different phenomenon. Think of it this way. You buy an iPhone 13 Pro Max in 2021 for $1,199. 2 years later, it is worth about $350 on the used market. Not because the phone broke, but because the iPhone 15 made it look outdated to buyers. That is exactly what is happening with premium EVs, just at a scale of $100,000 instead of $1,200. Tesla is the clearest example. CarEdge.com shows the 2021 Model S Plaid lost 37% in year 1. The main reason is not battery weakness. Tesla cuts new car prices, pushes over-the-air updates, and ships upgrades. Every time they do that, the resale value of your existing car drops a notch. Mercedes, BMW, and Audi are following the same cycle, just more slowly. The MBUX platform on the 2022 and 2024 EQS are essentially different systems. Owners of the 2022 EQS cannot upgrade to the newer interface. Their car is software frozen while it sits parked in the garage. Here is a question the luxury EV industry has no answer for. How do you guarantee long-term value when tech outpaces ownership cycles? They do not have an answer, and the resale market is reflecting that in the most honest way possible, through resale price. Now let's talk about the group actually acting on this data. I am not talking about people buying $50,000 cars. I am talking about buyers in the $100,000 segment and up. These are people with enough financial insight to spot the shift happening. AutoTrader and CarMax compiled internal data for their Q3 2024 report. Luxury EV resale sales jumped 22% compared to the prior year. But days on lot for luxury EVs like the EQS, BMW i7, and e-tron GT grew too. They now sit an average of 38 days longer than in 2022. At the same time, days on lot for V8 models actually went down. Think the Mercedes S580, BMW 750i, and Lexus LX 600. This is the language of the market, not opinion, not emotion. This is inventory turnover data. So why are buyers choosing the V8 again, instead of just avoiding EVs? The answer comes down to three factors this segment values highly. The first is cost predictability. The 2022 Mercedes S580 4MATIC runs a 4.0-liter bi-turbo V8. That engine has decades of repair history behind it. Independent mechanics know every bolt on it. RepairPal puts annual maintenance for the gas S-Class at about $1,400. That number is something you can plan around. An unexpected EQS battery repair outside warranty can cost $20,000. That is in a single event. Nobody can budget for a random event like that. The second factor is a deep, liquid resale market. Sell a V8 S-Class after 4 years and dozens of dealers want it. So do thousands of private buyers. Sell an EQS 580 after 4 years and you are competing with Mercedes itself. They are releasing newer models with better batteries and lower prices. The third factor is infrastructure freedom. In cities like New York, Chicago, or Miami, charging still takes planning. Ultra-high net worth buyers often own multiple properties and travel often. They do not want vehicle logistics to become extra work to manage. Among all luxury EVs, the Mercedes EQS SUV is the most painful example. It was the costliest financial mistake for buyers over the past 3 years. It launched in 2022, priced at $104,400. Mercedes positioned it as their flagship, their most premium electric vehicle, with a 56-inch hyperscreen. Its range topped out at 305 miles with the latest MBUX system. Edmunds data from June 2025 shows that same 2022 model selling differently now. It typically lists between $48,000 and $53,000 used. Within 3 years, $50,000 simply disappeared. But that is not the worst part. Most 2022 EQS 580 SUV buyers had previously owned an S-Class or GLS. They were used to Mercedes holding its value well. They never accounted for technology obsolescence risk. Their previous Mercedes vehicles were never tied to a smartphone-style cycle. Mercedes sold them an entirely new paradigm. But nobody told them plainly that the rules had completely changed. Now let's talk about who is actually winning in this environment. They are not simply avoiding EVs and buying gas. They are running a structured asset strategy. The V8 is just one tool within that strategy. The first tool is Section 179, combined with bonus depreciation. Say you own a business and buy a vehicle for work purposes. If its gross vehicle weight rating exceeds 6,000 pounds, you qualify. You can deduct the full purchase price in the same year you buy it. Under current IRS rules, at a 37% rate, here is what happens. Buy a $100,000 Cadillac Escalade V8 for the business. The federal government essentially covers $37,000 of that. That comes through tax savings. The real out-of-pocket cost is just $63,000. Luxury EVs also qualify for Section 179 if they are heavy enough. But their 3-year resale value is too low to make up the difference. Total ownership cost still runs higher than the V8. even after the tax break. The second tool is choosing the right mechanical platform. Porsche Cayenne V8, Lexus LX600 twin-turbo V6, and Mercedes GLS 580 share this. Their mechanical platforms are not tied to software lifecycle constraints. Mercedes's M178 V8 engine has been in production since 2014. It has a wide network of independent mechanics across America. Its engine management software is stable. No over-the-air update can change its performance or market value overnight. This needs saying directly, since some viewers may draw the wrong conclusion. Not every gas-powered V8 is a smart financial choice, and not every electric vehicle is a trap. The BMW X7 with the 4.4-liter bi-turbo V8 is one example. It offers impressive power and a genuinely luxurious interior. But according to RepairPal and J.D. Power data, maintenance costs run higher. That is compared to the Lexus LX600. The N63 engine's plastic cooling system suffers from years of thermal cycling. After about 80 to 100,000 miles, failure rates climb. The Range Rover with the supercharged V8 also deserves careful consideration. Its resale value beats luxury EVs, but out-of-warranty repair costs can run high. The Tesla Model 3 performance holds value far better than the EQS or i7. That is because Tesla's software platform is more unified. Its resale market is also significantly larger. The real takeaway here is not gas-beating EV. The real takeaway is total cost of ownership. That includes resale value, maintenance costs, and obsolescence risk. All of it needs to be fully calculated before you sign anything. A fair next question is whether this will change. Yes, but not as fast as many people expect. The obsolescence problem should ease as the EV market matures. Software innovation will eventually settle into a steadier pace. That could happen over the next 5 to 10 years. By then, EV software platforms may reach a saturation point, similar to how desktop operating systems leveled off over time. At that point, luxury EVs could become a more reasonable asset choice. But that point is not now. Buyers spending that much on an EQS or i7 in 2025 carry the risk themselves. It comes straight out of their own pocket. So here is what the data is telling us. In short, luxury EVs currently lose 50 to 60% of value after 3 years. That is nearly double the rate of comparable gas-powered V8 models. The core issue is not battery engineering. It is a structural market problem. Technology is moving faster than the ownership cycle itself. Smart buyers are responding by going back to predictable platforms. In many cases, they pair this with Section 179 tax benefits. That helps optimize their total cost of ownership. This does not mean EVs are always a mistake. Right now, the numbers do not favor treating luxury EVs as a long-term asset. Here is the final question for you. Today, if you had $120,000 for a car, what would you pick? A brand new luxury EV with cutting-edge technology, or a proven V8 you could resell in 5 years without a shock on the price? Leave your answer in the comments below.